This is Harley. Other than some weatherproofing and signing it, taking some pictures, she is ready to go out the door. This was my first real commission. It was for my sister. So Harley is going to move to Arizona and hopefully have a good spot on one of these Zen properties. It was kind of an interesting experience making this one because my sister and I are not super close, have not been super close. But making this made me feel a lot closer to her, which was a really nice feeling. I feel like she appreciates something that I'm doing, and I felt like I got a better understanding of where she's coming from by working on it in a weird kind of way. That's pretty powerful stuff when it comes to art. So anyway, I love you, sis. I'm glad that you asked me to make this for you, and now I'm gonna roll the video on how it was done. I wonder if my editing software has that thing that does this so you can go back in time. We'll see. So, time to get started on the javelina, which is due at the end of March. My first real commission. This is a bike that I picked up off the side of the road somewhere. So, that's where the frame stands. So I think that's a solid place to start. Never having done one of these animals before, I have to keep kind of coming back to my guide. I think I've got a good solid place for the hip, for the front legs, and stuff to mount the head off of. This is what I got done in about an hour and a half so far. That includes scrounging parts together and starting to lay things out. Try to get the posture right. I now know that those legs and the hips are too wide, and legs are too far apart, and so on and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get this, go from this starting point to something that more closely resembles the posture that I want. And after that, the fun part starts, which is trying to make it look like something. But you got to kind of get this solid framework down first. I was going to get out the stick welder over there and do it outside. I think it produces more fumes. But it's raining. I'm not a big fan of welding in the rain. So anyway, I'm going to try to clear out some room in here and get things ventilated and get things where they need to go and start on that. I've got a few hours, probably about 3. So I'm going to start just as soon as I eat that burrito. end of about 3 hours. I think I've got a good foundation. The legs gave me a bit of trouble, but I think I've got a posture that I like. I might move this arm, tuck it in a little bit more. I've got a start to a head. Put those things on there so I can start to try to imagine it a little bit. But I want it kind of turning its head. Yeah, that arm's definitely got to come in. Kind of looking, and we wanted it to be aggressive with the mouth open, so you could see those nice javelina teeth. So we're going to have a set of choppers in there. I've just got a little bit of time today, so my goal is to take this tubing that I bought. Yes, I bought it, square tubing. I'm going to make some kind of rectangular support so this thing can sit. The plan is that it's going to be on the gravel. Got it on 3 legs here, so in order to make it stable, I'm going to build something that's going to be buried underneath the gravel, and then it'll look like it's standing on the gravel. So anyway, I thought the easiest way to do that would just be to buy new material. It's kind of ironic because everything is old, and crappy, and scabby, and used that you see, but I'm going to buy nice new stuff for the part that is going to be buried that you won't be able to see. Making right angles and things like that is not my strong suit, so this is probably my least favorite thing to do, and I'm kind of in a grumpy, crabby mood anyway, and I don't have any mojo going for me today, so I'm just going to try to get it done. I'm going to cut, weld, stick, cut some more, blah blah blah. Well, that's it for day 3. That's all the time I've got. It went alright, making the squared off thingamabob. Turned out pretty well. It wasn't as bad as it usually is for me anyway. I think it'll hold. I dropped it from about a foot off the ground and it seemed to be fine. I know this thing is going to get shipped across the country, so I want to make sure that it gets there in one piece. So let's see what we got today. Starting to look more like a javelina. I'm starting to put a little bit of volume on the inside there as I add structure, strength. Didn't work on the head at all today. Worked on the body. I could go list off what all this stuff is and where I got it. Maybe I'll do that at the end, whatever's left to see, but I don't have the energy right now. Anyway, it's come along. I'm pretty happy with it. I go to the other side. This helps it a lot up there. This is going to define kind of where the back is. If it turns out to be wrong, I can always cut it and reposition it, but that kind of helps me think about what stuff is going to stick out and what's not. So there we go. I got another constraint again today with the rain. It's wet out there. It's been raining on and off, so I'm going to try to work in what space I have here, which is not a whole lot. I've attached just a couple things since last time. I've been working on putting things where I think they'll look good and figuring out what I need to do. So I'm kind of eager to get back to work on it again, so I'm going to see what headway I can make here in the next couple hours. Well, that was a pretty productive 3 hours. I got a lot done. I'm liking where it's going. And I think I'm in a good place to stop for the day. Did a lot of work kind of adding some volume and some edges or surfaces to the head. This is a piece of an old lamp, which I've got more of here. I like these curly cues. They're not ferrous metal, so I had to figure out a way to attach them, so they had some little screw holes. So I just kind of got crafty. I think that's fine. I might use some of those on the back, also on the legs, to kind of tie the whole thing together. I think it looks good with this red color. Old gas cap, I believe that's what that is for the nose there. First I thought the eyes were going to go farther back, but I think they look fine there, and then this contour helps. I roughed out my lower 2 canine teeth. There'll be some smaller ones on the top, but I got bored with that, so I didn't want to keep on working on it. Finally worked on this front paw there, and did a little bit of work on the feet. Added some stuff to the back. There'll be some sheet metal here, and I also want to get some textures in with some nails for hair or something, but I haven't quite exactly figured out how I'm going to do it yet. I have an idea, but I can't explain it. It's in my head, so we'll see whether that happens or not. Anyway, not too shabby. I guess we're at day 5 now, something like that. I've lost track. Warm, it's in the 70s already. It's a little bit rainy and drizzly again, so I will be working inside. And I've got an idea of what I want this thing to look like. I see if I can pull it off.
What happened to you? What happened to me? Slipping into the make-believe. Do you ever wish you were more than just ordinary? It is not so bad to be ordinary, true. Nothing more to lose when God's got nothing to prove to you. So simple to feel, simple me.
Pretty good few hours. Relaxing. I didn't get out the angle grinder once, so just some sheet metal work and some nails and some tapping and that sort of thing. Here we go. This is all looking pretty good. There's still a long way to go. I'm not sure how much of this sort of thing I'm going to do, but I like it because it adds texture and it's going to add some new shapes. Nails not even in there. And there has to be some kind of roughness coming over the back. There's still a lot left to go back here. I got some work on the forelimbs, sides of the head, kind of the front of the body, so things are moving along. Day whatever of the javelina. I have lost track. I worked quite a bit on it. One day since the last time I took video, I didn't bother to set up the cameras. I just went with it, but I will show you where we're starting here. A lot of this is going to get ground down and smoothed out. I'm not sure how much more of this sort of thing I'm going to do there. Finally got some hooves on there. I need to beef up the leg a little bit. I might put a little bit of sheet metal here, or I might not. I'm not really sure. I don't like the way it ends at the back. I made some good use of some bicycle wheels. The sides come along. I might do some kind of design on here. I haven't really figured it out yet. I've been thinking about it. And overall, we're getting there. I've got a block of time today, a few hours that I'm going to put in. And then maybe one more session like that, and it will be done. Got a lot done, and I think I'm going to be able to get this sucker finished in another few hours. I really like the way this turned out. I wanted to have some way to kind of evoke the texture of, the coat, but not obviously do it over the entire thing. So One of my original ideas was to kind of have shapes of flames coming out. I think this works out just fine. I can get the lines in there and get a nice texture, and I really like these old nails. So I started doing that on the other side. I think I'm going to bring this perhaps all the way around, fill in this. I might have another one kind of coming across there. I'm going to cut little bits off of the ankles here to give it the right shape in the back. The front I think looks fine. Put a little bit of a tail on there. I found an old caulk gun. I think that looks okay. I might put some more nails in there. I'll smooth these out. So getting close. I still need the upper fangs, canines I guess, and some other odds and ends. And I might put kind of some trim pieces along some of these edges of the thin sheet metal just to kind of finish it off a little bit. And that will probably be just about it. Okay, we're at day, I don't know, blah 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 of the javelina. I'm almost done. I think a few more hours ought to do it. But who knows, it could take twice that long. I don't know. It'll be done when it's done. So it is definitely feeling like summer here. It's in the 80s. It's humid. It's getting uncomfortable to be out in the sun. So I'm going to work inside my workshop today. I actually cleaned up a little bit. Yep, that passes as clean. One of my kids helped me with bending the nails. I paid $0.01 for each one of those nails. Those are all going to go on there. So I'm not really sure how much time or energy I have today. But I'm going to use it. So here we go.
Here I am, my gentle hand, waiting for you. In the storm, safe and warm, here I am, here I am. And if I lie to you, will you lie to me too? Promises come to fate.
Well, I think this is done, except for the shouting. There's a lot of cleanup left to go. Got to get in there with a brush, somehow get rid of all this stuff. And I might do a little bit more polishing here or there. But overall, I think this turned out really well. You get to the end of a project like this and it's hard to figure out whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether you did what you set out to do. This could have easily looked very different, which is part of the fun. It is what I had laying around. It is going to a good home. So for now, I'm going to say good day, and who knows, it might ship out of here pretty soon. But there you go.